came out a couple of hours ago. I would say about 4 hours or thereabout ago. Yeah, about 3 4 hours ago. Chelsea being hit by the FA with a ban, a two transfer window ban. It was actually conducted. FA gave them a ban and also 6 point deduction, but it was actually appealed by Chelsea, and the independent board that reviewed the case looked at it and cancelled the 6 point deduction. They were saying that the 6 point deduction was too harsh by the FA, looking at the fact that Chelsea reported the issue themselves, the new ownership of Chelsea, Blueco. And this is actually something that went on during Roman Abramovich's era. And it's mainly about the third-party agent and player registration and all that. Those were the issues that came up, and Chelsea had about 74 breaches within this period that Roman Abramovich was in charge of Chelsea. So Chelsea got the ban now. And for me, this goes to look at the issue of Manchester City, the 115 count charges against them. Up till this very moment, no conclusion. We have just been hanging in the balance. Nothing so far. It's been over 3 years and there's not been any conclusion. So we are looking forward to seeing what the FA is going to do about that, honestly. And I would say now I see why Chelsea went on very smoothly and quickly with their transfers. You saw them went very quickly for Morgan Rogers. Look at Lacroix deal. Lacroix deal was smooth. They went for Jordan Henderson and also Danny Welbeck. I think Chelsea did these 4 signings within 1 week. Yeah, they did these 4 signings within 1 week. Morgan Rogers, Chelsea were very, very quick to do that transfer. You look at the Maxence Lacroix deal. Boom, Chelsea got it done. Went straight on to Danny Welbeck and Jordan Henderson, which were 2 signings done in the same time. So I guess Chelsea must have gotten a tip that the decision is going to come out on the 31st of July. So they had to act quick. So Chelsea are currently on 2 transfer bans. So that means no more business for Chelsea in terms of registering players. They are going to have 2 transfer bans, which means this summer and the winter transfer window. So by June 2027, Chelsea will be free to make the transfers and register players as well. Official Jackson, nice to have you back, brother. It's been a while. Nice to have you back. Son Head Jr. says, yo, Son Head Jr., nice to have you back on the channel. There are lots of news as regards Chelsea today. Is it Mikhail Modric? Not Luka Modric. Mikhail Modric, the Chelsea player who was actually banned from playing football for, I think, 2 years. He's been cleared of the whole issue, so he's available to play for Chelsea. According to reports, he's actually I will go through the case, this whole Chelsea transfer ban, right? Now, according to reports, Mikhail Modric is going to travel on Sunday to Hong Kong to rejoin the Chelsea squad, who are currently training for their preseason. So it's actually good that Mikhail Modric is back. I think Chelsea signed him for over, is it 85 million pounds or 90 million pounds? A signing that Arsenal was supposed to do, but Chelsea were just quick to go pay the money and get it done. Luis Gabriel Saza says hi. Luis, are you from, is this Spain or, are you from Spain or Colombia? Which country are you connecting from? Sonhead Jr. says, it's Malik Edit, I changed my name. Oh, because I know that name. I was trying to recall if I've seen that name before, but yeah, it's nice to have you, Malik. It's been a very long time. It's been very, very long, bro. Very, very long. Nice to have you back. For those who are new, kindly hit the like button And also don't forget to subscribe to Noble's View. I was unable to go live this morning for our daily morning show as usual, but I will be trying it to see any day I miss out on the morning show, then I'm going to do an evening show. But as time goes on, we will now see if I'll be going live both morning show and evening show every day. But it's because of the timing for me. I've not really had the time. I've not had free time to do morning show and evening show the same day. Except maybe, for example, if there are games we have live watch alongs, then if I do my morning show, then later, later in the day, if there are football games, then we can do live watch along. So it's really nice to have you guys here. Like I said, I missed out on the morning show. I had some things I needed to go sort out. So I am live. And even prior to going live, a couple of hours ago, the news broke out on FA giving Chelsea a transfer ban for 2 windows. So that means this summer transfer window, and they said it's effective immediately. So I guess Chelsea must have gotten a tip that the FA decision is going to be implemented. A decision will be made. So they had to speed up with their transfer. They must have gotten a tip 100%. 100%. Because the way Chelsea moved in this window, just take a look at it. They signed Palestra, right? From, was it Bologna? They signed Morgan Rogers from Aston Villa. The Morgan Rogers deal was very, very quick. Chelsea came out from nowhere. Arsenal were just negotiating. Chelsea from behind came and completed the deal. After Morgan Rogers, they went for Maxence Lacroix. After Lacroix, they went for double signing. The what's it called? Jordan Henderson and Danny Welbeck. So Chelsea has completed 5 signings. So if you add Giovanni Quenda that was signed from Sporting CP, so Chelsea has 6 new players that have joined their squad. So it's not really going to affect Chelsea too much. It's just this window and the January transfer window. I don't know if they have registered these guys they signed. That is another thing. I don't know if they've registered them. But if they've not, then there's a problem. Munir says, Nihao, your face has changed. Yeah, sometimes I will just get a new look, as you guys can see. I'm looking a bit different tonight. But yeah, it's very, very much needed. Very much needed. Sonhead Jr. says, cause of the transfers, there are too much transfers. Chelsea 1, India 2, China 3. Chelsea under Roman Abramovich, they did a lot of shady deals that were not done by the books, and that is why they are getting fined this period. Like I said, Chelsea has been banned for 2 transfer windows. This 2026-27 summer and next transfer, which is the winter transfer window. So it's 2 bans. So it's just pretty much like a 1-year ban, but it's back-to-back ban of the summer and also the winter, which for me, this doesn't make any sense. If you're looking at it from a neutral perspective, right? Why is the decision coming up now when Chelsea have already done their business? If Chelsea doesn't sign any other player before this whole ban came in, Chelsea has signed 5 players. If you add Quenda, it's going to be 6. So why I'm saying this now as a neutral? Why did this decision not come in May or June before the transfer window opens? So for me, I think the only thing these people needed was just that £10 million, which they said the money will be put into grassroots development. For me, I think it's just hypocritical, because if you guys were actually serious about this, you should have put the ban before the transfer window opened. I think the transfer window opened on the 15th of June last month. So you guys should have put the ban probably immediately the season ended in May. But nah, they didn't do it. They just had to wait until July the 31st, when the transfer window is remaining about 4 weeks to close. A month and 2 weeks had already gone by. So it makes no sense, honestly. It makes no sense. Now, on Mikhailo Modric, I'm going to read out the official statement from Chelsea as regards Mikhailo Modric. It's really a sad one for him, honestly. But I'll read it out verbatim. Now, this is what Chelsea had to say. We know how much this opportunity to return means to him. Our focus now is on supporting Misha's reintegration into the squad and helping him resume his career. Everyone at the club now looks forward to helping Misha return to full fitness, back into the squad and back onto the pitch. Now, this is exactly what Chelsea said on the official page. So he's cleared now to play, right? Mikhailo Modric is clear after the doping accusation. He's now cleared to play. And this is really, really, really a difficult time for the young man, because this definitely would affect his mental health. Whether you like it or not, it's going to affect him, because going away from football, your passion, something you love, your job, going away from it for, I think it's almost 2 years, for 1 year plus or so. And it's definitely going to affect him. I think the club should provide him with a mental health doctor that would actually help him, because this is going to affect him psychologically. Hopefully, he gets back on track to playing football and, yeah, kick off from where he stopped. So it's actually nice to have Mikhailo Modric back. I know the expectation was really, really high as regards this boy when he moved to Chelsea. It was actually Arsenal that was supposed to sign him, but he opted to go to Chelsea because of the deal from Chelsea was much better than what Arsenal offered him. And for those who are just joining us, kindly hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to Noble's View. There have been a lot of news going on today, right? We can see from the Real Madrid side, Madrid has been doing a lot of businesses recently. Madrid signed Carlos Espi, and he's a striker, very tall young boy, very, very tall. They signed him for about, was it 25 million euros? They sold Gonzalo Garcia for 40 plus 5. So 45 million euros they sold Garcia for. Signed Carlos Espi from the same La Liga for 25 million. So Madrid are doing good business right now. They are doing good business. They have made a lot of money from their academy players that they've sold to other clubs. A lot of money. And now look at Franco Mastantuono that was signed last season. Mastantuono has not had a very good career at Madrid. I personally do not rate him because he was overhyped before Real Madrid signed him. And since he's come to the club, I've not really seen anything from Franco Mastantuono. And talking about Franco, the legendary Franco Baresi is late. He died earlier today. It was actually announced by different top outlets. It's a pity. Baresi is one of the greatest. Some people see him as the greatest of all time when it comes to defenders. Yeah, he was the captain of people like Ancelotti, Maldini. I think he's 66. Yeah, Baresi is 66. A lot of people call him the greatest of all time when it comes to defenders. Butiga Mizamili says, sometimes I feel like there should be a way to punish those who ruin the future of others. Are you referring to Chelsea? Are you referring to Chelsea or Mikhailo Modric? I think this Mikhailo Modric situation, they have not really come out plainly to let us know the details about this case. Was it that Mikhailo Modric did not dope and was wrongly accused, or Mikhailo Modric was doping and they have cut short his sentence? That is what I want to know, because from the news, all the news I've been seeing in the past hour or two, there is nothing that has said what I have been looking for. For example, let me read out what Fabrizio Romano posted. Fabrizio Romano said, Mikhailo Mudryk is clear to play after doping accusations. Case settled. Right? Now, Mikhailo Mudryk expected to join Chelsea in Hong Kong for pre-season tour. He's going to be available immediately. So, my question now is this. Is Mikhailo Mudryk guilty of doping, or was he wrongly accused? Because from what I've seen now, he's saying case settled. So is it that, for example, like Paul Pogba's situation, his sentence was actually, is his sentence, is that the right word to do? It's the sentence for the whole same doping issue was actually cut. I think he was supposed to stay 4 years, but he had already stayed 2 years, so they had to cut it. So that is what I want to know for this Mikhailo Modric situation, but we have not gotten any clarity for now. Maybe as the day goes by, we might get more updates as regards this issue. Steve says, Arsenal, Hazelnut better. I've never heard of Hazelnut you're talking about. I've never heard of him. Which era did he play in? I know Baresi, right? I know Baresi. Baresi is a legend of the game. And some people, like I said, see him as the greatest of all time. Some people see him as the greatest of all time. But for me, Baresi is a legend. Whether you like it or not, he's a legend of the game, 100%. Steve, where are you connecting from? Butiga, where are you connecting from as well, bro? Where are you connecting from? We have a lot of news that came up today, and I think the main news we have today is centered around Chelsea. From the FA ban, transfer ban on Chelsea, to the Mikhailo Modric situation, it's just between an hour. The Mikhailo Modric news came out over 3 hours ago. The whole what's it called? The whole transfer ban on Chelsea came out for over 4 hours ago. So it's just within an hour. But like I said, about 10 minutes or 8 minutes ago when I started this stream, I said this whole decision by the independent body that reviewed Chelsea's appeal, why did they waste time to actually take that decision or verdict on that case? Why did they take time? Because you cannot be handing a transfer ban. If you had said, for example, that even if they say the transfer ban will be next transfer, that's the winter and the next summer, is actually very wrong. For me, I think the ideal thing to do is make that transfer ban immediately, and it should be announced before the transfer window opens. Because for me, Chelsea has already done the business, so there is nothing. Many clubs don't buy players during the January transfer window. Many clubs don't. So why this whole stuff? It's really, really sad, but it's the deed has been done. We can't do anything about that. We cannot do anything about that. Real Dandy says, may Franco Baresi rest in peace. Yeah, bro. Amen. May he rest in peace. I saw that news today and I was like, nah, this is sad. Baresi is a legend of the game, a legend. He's inspiration to a lot of top and senior defenders. For example, someone like Maldini, Franco Baresi is like a mentor to him because Baresi is one of the greatest of all time when it comes to defenders. He's just exceptional, right? For me, my GOAT when it comes to defenders, right? My GOAT when it comes to defenders is Nemanja Vidic. And I also said my center-back pairing is Paolo Maldini and Nemanja Vidic, right? I know some people will go Baresi Maldini. Some people will go Baresi Beckenbauer or what. But for me, I just have my own preference, right? Yeah, but these guys are just top of the game. They are just the best. Real Dandy says he proved just because you are 5.9 doesn't mean you are a bad defender. Of course. Yeah, he's a legend. He's a legend of the game, and it's really sad. It's not that he's too old. He's just 66, so I don't really know maybe if he had an ongoing health issue that has been troubling him for a while. Yeah, it's just sad. Honestly, it's really, really sad. It's not a good day for the football world to lose a legendary player like Franco Baresi. Yeah, is not good, man. And he's part of the Italian team that dominated Europe and the world. Then when Italian league used to be very solid. Real Dandy says Arsenal fans think Vini would really join Arsenal. Bro, just allow them to dream. Arsenal fans are dreaming. For me, I think that deal is not going to pull through. Except what I saw a couple of hours ago is true because I saw a news update that Real Madrid, especially Perez, has told Vini Jr., sign the contract or you leave. That they don't want stalling of that contract situation. It's either Vini Jr. accepts the contract offer that Real Madrid has offered to him or he leaves the club because they wouldn't want to let him go on a free next summer because he has just one more year left on his contract. So it's not going to be wise for Real Madrid to let a player of Vini's caliber leave the club on a free. So they are definitely going to try their best to see to it that they settle this whole stuff. Real Dandy says, I don't see Vini, Mbappe, and Bellingham leaving Madrid until 10 more years. It depends on their form, right? If they are still in their best form, definitely they are not leaving, right? So if they have deep in form, then 100% they are going to leave, for sure. And Bellingham at Madrid last season, he was not really at his best. I'm not going to lie. I'm a big Bellingham fan, right? But last season, he was poor. But in the World Cup, he exploded. He was the best midfielder in the World Cup. Yeah. Mbappe was top with 8 goals. No, Mbappe had 10 goals, sorry. Kylian Mbappe had 10 goals. Messi had 8 goals. Jude Bellingham had 7 goals. Erling Haaland had 7 goals. Then Harry Kane with 6. I think Vini was about 4 or 5. Vini was about 5 or 6 goals. So Jude for me was the best midfielder in the World Cup. The best. Guys, let's get the likes up. Let us get it up. And for those who are new, we started the live stream with the decision made by the independent body that reviewed Chelsea's appeal, because the FA banned Chelsea and gave them a 6-point deduction. Chelsea appealed the 6-point deduction, and the independent body that reviewed that case said that the FA was too harsh, giving Chelsea 6 points, in the sense that Chelsea reported the issue themselves. So it's not like the FA found out about this. It was actually Chelsea that self-reported that situation. So the independent body are saying now that that is a very peculiar situation, and Chelsea cooperated. They were the one who reported themselves. It's just like someone who stole and decided to go to the police to report himself that, yo, police, he stole this, he stole that. That is what that is what this whole situation is looking like, because the truth of the matter is this: you stole, right? You did what was wrong. You did what was against the law of the Football Association. So you should be punished accordingly. It should not be about, oh, you self-reported the situation, thereby we are going to reduce the sentence. Nah, I don't subscribe to that. Honestly, I really do not subscribe to that. I believe that if you go against the rules of the FA, then you should be punished accordingly. Punished according to the same books which you violated and you went against. So I have my reservations about what the independent body that went through this case did. And the major issue I have with them is the timing. Why are you guys coming to announce these punishments to Chelsea now? And you are even saying effective immediately. Now, Chelsea has already done 5 transfer businesses. If you add Giovanni Quenda, it's going to be 6. It's going to be 6 players that Chelsea has already signed and possibly registered, because this ban now is on player registration, right? The whole agent and player registration. So Chelsea has been banned for 2 transfer windows. This and next transfer window, which is the winter transfer window in January. So this for me is just, the timing is absolutely wrong. The timing is absolutely wrong, honestly. But there is nothing we can actually do about it. Yeah, they have done and decided whatever they want to decide. We are just going to look. Real Dandy says, as a Chelsea fan, I have no other option but to root for Real Madrid next season in the UCL. I have a very strong feeling that Real Madrid is going to cook. Yeah, Madrid is going to cook next season. People should be ready for Real Madrid, honestly. People should be ready, because Madrid, Madrid is going to cook next season. 100%. La la la. And also, yeah, there's also another issue I'm yet to discuss about. There's another issue. You typing FIFA now just brought my attention back to what has been going on since yesterday, right? This whole, will I call it privatization, or FIFA selling a part of the body, the commercial aspects, to independent bodies that would buy it, blah, blah. Like, the talks are just too many. And the senior special advisor, the senior advisor or senior special advisor to Gianni Infantino has come out to criticize this whole stuff he's doing in the world, in FIFA, and he has withdrawn himself from it. There are a lot of people have come out. Also, there is another person that works closely with Gianni Infantino, and he's come out to say that even if this costs him his job, he doesn't care. Right? That Gianni has deceived a lot of people, that this is not what has been discussed. We have the UEFA pulling out of FIFA, and UEFA has 55 members. Then looking at the other side, CONCACAF. Is it CONCACAF or what they call them? CONCACAF. They have also pulled out. They have, I think, 44 members. I hope I'm not wrong. They have 44 members. So if you look at it, 55 plus 44, you have 99 members out of the 205 member nations of FIFA have already pulled out. Now, if we get if we get CAF, which I know they are very corrupt, they are all about the money. If we get CAF to pull out of this, then this whole stuff the FIFA president is pushing for is definitely dead, honestly. But CAF, for me, I know CAF are just concerned about the share, the money that FIFA is going to give them. That is all they are concerned about. That's all. Vabik says, "Hey Noble, I haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing?" I'm doing fantastic, bro. Nice to have you back, man. I've been here, bro. I have been here. The only thing is that I didn't go live in the morning for the morning show, so that's why I'm actually live tonight. Like I said a couple of days ago, I'm going to be live tomorrow for the watch-alongs. There are about 4 games. Chelsea is playing against Tottenham. That's the first game. I'm doing a live watch-along for that. The next game is Man City against Inter Milan. After that, we have Man United, Atletico Madrid. Then finally, we will have Arsenal play against Girona. So it's going to be a very, very long day for me, and I'll try my best to see if I can do watch along for all these games. Honestly, I'm going to try my best. I know it's stressful, but yeah, I'll try my best to see to it that I do a watch along for all of them. And guys, if you're new to the channel, kindly hit the like button and subscribe. Uma Ponam, where are you connecting from? Let us know in the chat, Uma Ponam. Have you read the papers? Do you hear what they say? Rising unemployment, cost of living every day is getting high. Another Sus Obama in a bus with your team kids. It kinda makes me wonder what those children ever did, yet we still go to church and sing shout to the Lord. Real Dandy says, Vitinha, João Neves, and Bruno Fernandes really disappointed me. I thought Portugal might win it. I am never forgiving them. Bro, I was most disappointed by Bruno. Honestly, I was most disappointed by him because Bruno, he's currently my favorite player, and his performance in that World Cup got me dumbfounded. Honestly, I just didn't know what to say or think about Bruno in that World Cup because he really did what I did not expect. Honestly, he did what I didn't expect, and it's a shame. It's really, really a shame, honestly. I expected Portugal to do better than they did. A minute, guys. A minute, guys. Let's see. I'm trying to send someone something. I'm coming home. Let the rain wash away. I'm coming, guys. Let me send someone something. Vabik says, fun fact, Vozinha had more dribbles completed in the last 4 years than CR7. I see you. You are a Messi man. I know for sure. Hey, you don't need to tell me you're a Messi fan, bro. Hey, you don't need to tell me you're a Messi fan. From your comments, definitely I know. Mm. Let's see. Let's see. A minute, guys. Let's see. Okay. Nomad says, I'm coming home. P. Diddy song. Yeah, I like that song. The song just came into my head now. Nomad UCL says, the same guy behind destroying Hollywood by having Saudi sheikhs buying Warner Bros., FIFA, and houses of common people, plus shady crypto deals with the Pakistani government, Jared Kushner, Trump's son-in-law. Well, for me, the politics outside of football, I don't even like to get involved in it. And looking at the reason I'm even talking about this is this whole FIFA nonsense going on, because the FIFA president, Gianni Infantino, is just trying to spoil this beautiful game of football that we love. Honestly, he's just trying to spoil it, because I don't know why. And I actually love what UEFA did. CONCACAF, is it CONCACAF or CONCACAF, what they call them? These are North America, Canada, the USA, and all these teams, right? They have come out to criticize the FIFA president with this whole nonsense he's doing. The CONMEBOL or CONMEBOL, they call them. Those ones, I know they will support the FIFA president, especially Argentina. Maybe countries like Brazil might kick against this. I don't know, but I know the South American side very much likely would support Gianni Infantino. For me, I think Gianni Infantino should be impeached. Honestly, personally, my opinion, I think he should be impeached. And I love what the UEFA president, Alexander Seferin, is doing, because this man is just trying to spoil football. Now, this thing is very much similar to the UEFA, sorry, the Super League clubs were trying to do about 3 years, was it 3 years ago? Is very much similar to it. And this is really sad. I think the FIFA president needs to resign. I know he will not resign. He will not, but he needs to be impeached. They don't need to vote for him in the next election. Geronimo Bogado says hi. Geronimo Bogado, where are you connecting from, man? Nomad UCL says CONCACAF, CONMEBOL, AFCON, AFC, UEFA. Yeah, if not AFCON, it's not AFCON, it's CAF. Yeah, if CAF, that is the Confederation of African Football, right? AFCON is the competition. CAF is the body that organizes it. So if CAF, which is Confederation of African Football, is able to come out openly and criticize this and kick against it, then the whole agenda is dead. The whole proposal by the FIFA president is dead. We have seen UEFA come out to oppose it. CONCACAF has done the same, right? They have said, no, we are not supporting this. Now, we are I'm yet to see anything from CONMEBOL. CAF are saying they are going to review it. I know all CAF is concerned about is just the money. The money that might get to their pocket. That's all they are concerned about. Arsenal 8517 says, hey bro, how are you? Bruno Guimaraes deal accepted 90 million euros and Vini, I think he will leave Madrid. The Vini deal is still very much dicey, very, very dicey. And the reason I say this is because I saw a news that said Florentino Perez of Real Madrid has given Vini Jr. an ultimatum. It's either you take the contract we have offered you or you leave. That we don't want you to stall anymore on this contract situation. It's either you take what we give you or you leave, because they don't want him to go on a free next summer. So it's a very, very dicey situation. We don't know for sure if Vini is going to accept that offer. But for me, I think Vini's mind might not be at Real Madrid. Yeah, I think he might want to make that move. But him making that move now, he will be demanding close to 400 or 450,000 pounds at Arsenal. And also, you look at, I don't know, I think the tax in the UK is way higher than that of Spain. I know UK tax is crazy. It is crazy. And on the Bruno Guimaraes deal, are you serious? I have not checked it out. Yeah, that Bruno Guimaraes deal, I knew it's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. Yeah, it's just a matter of time for that deal to get done. Nomad says, sorry, Calf, I'm from the 90s, so I forget I have Google sometimes. All right, man. Arsenal 8517 says, bro, in England is 100% image right for him, and Arsenal do have the money. Yes, Sunday I think will be announced. Okay, image right 100%, right? Okay. But in Spain, okay, it doesn't have the image right in Spain. No, I'm not saying Arsenal cannot pay the salary. You know, sometimes I think sometimes you might not want to break your wage structure. That is just what I'm looking at, because at the moment, I don't think there is any player in Arsenal that is earning 300k. I think the highest paid player at Arsenal right now is Kai Havertz. I hope I'm not wrong. Right? I hope I'm not wrong. Kai Havertz should be earning probably around 250 or 275k. So I don't think there's anyone at Arsenal that ends up to 300 at this point. So he's going to break that wage structure. And is this going to upset the balance in the team? So these are things you look at. But he's a very good player. He's going to add a lot of threats to that Arsenal's attack. Last season, like I said, I was not afraid of the Arsenal attack. The only thing that was the core of the Arsenal team last season was their defense and goalkeeper. Arsenal midfield was just there. It was only Declan Rice. It was, if you just, I think for me last season, the back four of Arsenal plus Declan Rice, these 6 players were the people who made Arsenal win the league and also push to the final of the Champions League, honestly. King Arthur says, Arsenal is broke as a joke. They're selling Kai. Arsenal, don't tell me you work for me. That would be crazy. Nah, Arsenal, I don't see Arsenal selling Kai Havertz. I don't. Arsenal 8517 says, bro, I'm a pilot, chartered, working for a VVIP. You will be surprised if I tell you who. Okay, is it a footballer or a politician, Adam? King Arthur says Arsenal should buy Undav. That Undav guy is very good. Yeah, I think if Arsenal can get Vini, sign Undav, selling Kai Havertz will be a good option. At least sell him to raise money. Yeah. Though Arsenal has made a lot of money last season, so it's not like maybe they have any financial constraints in terms of expenditure. Yes, they might need to balance their books. They have sold Leandro Trossard. So selling Kai Havertz is not going to be a bad deal if they can get Undav. Undav can even start some games ahead of what's his name? Victor Gyökeres. Arsenal 851 says 30 million euros for Vinicius Junior isn't a financial hurdle for the Kronkers. KSC already pays Jokic $59 million dollars and Stratford $55 million dollars annually. Vinicius is a global brand whose shirt sales sponsorships would help repay that investment. It's not about money, it's about ambition. Yeah, for sure. Vini, I don't know what the numbers are for Arsenal record shirt sales, right? But Vini coming in, yeah, but the problem, the number 7 jersey. I just thought about that number 7 jersey, Bukayo Saka. Saka is Arsenal star boy, right? So looking at that, but Vini's shirt is going to sell crazy. I think it might even double the current record of the most sales Arsenal has actually made from a particular player jersey. Yeah, but thinking about it now, that number 7, yeah, the number 7 is going to be a problem. Arsenal would definitely make a lot of money from the shirt sales because Arsenal fans would buy the Vini Junior shirt a lot. King Arthur says Vini didn't do shit. I would rather buy that Atletico left winger guy. I think Rice is highest seller for Arsenal merchandise, not Saka. No, I'm not saying Saka is Arsenal's highest seller for their merchandise. I'm not. What I'm saying is Saka is Arsenal's star boy, right? Declan Rice very much likely can sell more shirts than Saka, but both of them I think might be on the same level in terms of their shirts. But I don't know the numbers. That's just the point. I don't know the numbers, right? So that's just it for me. I don't know the numbers. And talking about the left winger guy for Atletico, that's Julian Alvarez. I think if Arsenal is getting Alvarez, that means it's either you sell Kai Havertz or you sell Victor Gyökeres. One of these guys have to go. You can't have these two guys and still bring in what's his name? And still bring in Julian Alvarez, honestly. Arsenal 851 says, I would love Vini rather Julian Alvarez. I wanted Julian, but he wanted Barca, so let's get players who want to move. Yeah, it's a problem for you to go for players who have their eyes set elsewhere. It's a big problem. So it's always good to go for players that want you, honestly. Triple X says hi. Who is Triple X? Who is this person, Triple X? Mariam, is that you? Who is this Triple X? King Arthur says Alvarez won't play in England. Messi is his guiding angel. He said he wants to play for Barcelona, and I know Atletico Madrid will not sell him. to Barca or Real Madrid. Atletico president has come out to say it. He doesn't want to sell him to Barcelona or Real Madrid. Arsenal 851 says, you will be surprised Eze has the highest in terms of shirt sales. Are you serious? Eze. I was looking at either Bukayo Saka or Declan Rice, one of these two guys. Eze. Whoa. I'm really surprised. Sahid Bakare says, no matter the outcome, if truly Arsenal succeeded in signing Vini Jr., the number 7 will still remain Saka's. That is one point I'm looking at this Vini Jr. Situation. Honestly. That is one angle I'm looking at now. If Arsenal is able to pull this deal off, will this change the balance of their team? Because if Vini Jr. insists on getting the number 7 shirt before he joins, I don't know, man. I don't know. Who is number 11? Martinelli wears number 11, right? Gyökeres wears number 14. Number 10. Who wears number 10 for Arsenal? Okay, Eze wears number 10. Odegaard number 8. Nah, that number is going to be a problem. Number 9. Who wears number 9 for Arsenal? What's Havertz's number? Okay, Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus wears number 9. So the number for Vini is going to be a problem, guys. It is going to be a problem. And if you take that 7 off Bukayo Saka, he's going to hit his confidence. And that is going to disrupt the team. It might breed something Arsenal fans would not be looking for, honestly. It's crazy. Arsenal says Gyökeres, Rice, and then Saka. Okay. Said says, okay, I've read that. Okay, Gyökeres is second, Rice, and then Saka. Ooh. How come Saka's merchandise is very low? His shirt sales. Honestly, I am very surprised. I was looking at Saka and Declan Rice as the two top guys when it comes to shirt sales at Arsenal. Sahid says Gabriel Jesus will give way for Alvarez. I actually I actually forgot about Gabriel Jesus when I was mentioning the strikers. I was mentioning Kai Havertz and Victor Gyökeres. Arsenal need to sell that guy, honestly. As you guys need to sell him. Gabriel Jesus, sorry to use this word, he's useless to Arsenal. Because I don't see any use that Gabriel Jesus has for Arsenal Football Club. Now, this is me as a rival fan or as a neutral fan saying this. In the last 2 seasons for Arsenal, I don't think you can say there is a particular game or 2 games that Gabriel Jesus has actually made an impact for Arsenal in the Premier League. I don't think there is. Because thinking about it now, that was why I said he's actually useless to the football club because he has not added anything. For example, you can say Mikel Merino. Mikel Merino, for me, is a very valuable player to the Arsenal team. Kai Havertz is very, very much valuable to the Arsenal team. Victor Gyökeres, whether you like it or not, he's very valuable to the Arsenal team because he's got some numbers. He scores all those creepy and goals maybe that the likes of Havertz might not score. He's in the right position at the right time, right? So it's yeah, I think Gabriel Jesus needs to leave Arsenal. He needs to leave. Arsenal 851 says Gabriel Magalhaes, after his penalty miss, had 350% in shirt revenue for Arsenal. Yes, I saw that the fans went on to buy more of Gabriel's shirt, and I I was surprised when I saw that news, but I love that in a way because that is going to let him know, Gabriel, we love you, man. This is not going to change how we feel about you. And it's going to help him build his confidence a lot. It's going to help him build his confidence because one thing that most players cannot take is criticism. When they come under serious criticism, some players do not know how to cope with such level of criticism. So it's really, really nice, and it's a good gesture from the Arsenal fans to do that. Honestly, it's a good gesture. Nomad UCL says, Vini is more talented and a bigger superstar than any Arsenal player in the last 10, 15 years. I would say to Arsenal, if he asks you for your wife's phone number, you give it, no questions asked. Bro, it doesn't work that way, man. It doesn't. Honestly, it doesn't. Yes, I know Vini is bigger than any Arsenal player in the squad right now, right? He's way bigger than Saka. He's way bigger than, what's he called? Gyökeres. Any player in that Arsenal team is bigger than them. But in as much as you are trying to sign Vinicius Junior, you should do so not trying to disrupt the harmony in your team. So this is one angle Arsenal need to look at very, very well. Yes, Vini, whether, like I said, I don't want Vini at Arsenal. This is me as a Man United fan talking. I don't want Vini to come to Arsenal. He should stay at Real Madrid. He should just stay at Real Madrid. I don't want Vini at Arsenal because Vini coming to add to Arsenal that already have a very solid defense and goalkeeper. Their midfield, you can say Arsenal midfield is just there. It's just bang average. It's only Declan Rice that you can say is a solid player in that midfield. Except, yeah, like this Bruno Guimaraes deal. This Bruno Guimaraes deal is going to make Arsenal midfield more solid than what it was last season. So, yeah, you can say if that deal is done, Arsenal midfield is going to be very, very strong, right? The problem Arsenal had last season was their attack. So adding Vinicius to that attack, bro, is going to be crazy. That's why I said I don't want Vini at Arsenal. I don't want him. Yeah, Christos Solis, the guy, I've not really watched his game, so I would wait to see what his game is like. But the numbers that boy had at Club Brugge last season was crazy. 22 goals and 29 assists for a winger. It shows that he's very clinical and he can create chances. Those sort of players, you have to be very, very wary of them. You have to be very careful because if it's a situation, for example, like Victor Gyökeres now, those numbers he had at Sporting CP, him coming to the Premier League, you could see that Victor Gyökeres struggled with some physical defenders. He doesn't hold up, like he doesn't have good hold up play, but he's a poacher. He can score goals. So for someone to get 22 goals and 29 assists, it shows that this person is a very good goal scorer. And he's also very good at creating. He's good on the ball. So that boy is I will watch him out, honestly. Adam, I will watch him out because I've not really had time to watch some videos on YouTube, but I think tonight after this live stream, I'll check his game to see what he's like. I've not even watched his highlight. I just checked his stats. I think his Champions League, he's got good numbers in the Champions League. I think he scored, was it 10 goals? I think he got 8 or 10 goals in the Champions League. So that's to tell you that it's not just the goals he scored in the Belgian league for Club Brugge, right? In the Champions League, he got about 8 or 10 goals. So that Christos Solis, and he went under the radar. Those type of players, they end up doing well. Honestly, they end up doing very, very well. Bilal says, hi, Nobu. Yo, guys, I want Vini in Man United, Nobu. Bro, Man United is not even looking towards that direction. So for me, I'm not even gassed up about that. I'm not making any video saying Man United, please go and sign it, because I know United will not bring out the money to sign Vinicius. They also will not pay Vinicius over 400k. They will not. So for me, I'm not even bothered about that. I'm not looking towards that side. Triple X says, yes, he needs to leave. Who is this Triple X guy? Who is Triple X guy? Arsenal says, Vinicius' favorite number from his playing days was always number 20. So for me, let's see, but I would give him number 9. Jesus will want to stay to finish his contract because he's trying to get a citizenship, so he may not leave just like that, but I know he will not leave England for now. Jesus, how many years would you have to stay in the UK for you to get a citizenship? Gabriel Jesus has been in England. He's played 3 seasons for Arsenal, if I'm not mistaken. Then for Man City, Gabriel Jesus at Man City. Gabriel Jesus played up to how many seasons? I think he played up to about 4 seasons. So he should be either 7 years now in England. Yeah, let's say 7 or 8 years in England now. Bilal says, yeah, he was really good. Yes, I'm definitely going to check that kid out. I'll check him out. Arsenal says, yeah, you're right, very clinical. Trust me, his numbers and would help Gyökeres score more goals. That's why I will not trade Gyökeres and Alvarez. I think Gyökeres struggled last season, even though his numbers are not bad. His numbers are not bad. But there are some points Victor Gyökeres struggled really, really well. So I think Arsenal winning the league definitely gives the players that morale booster to go, yo, guys, we can do this the second time. And definitely Gyökeres will have to be in that conversation of pushing maybe very close to Haaland in terms of the golden boot. Haaland, of course, I know wins it. He's definitely going to win the golden boot. But at least if Victor Gyökeres can push Haaland a bit, at least some close to what Igor Thiago did last season. So maybe Gyökeres can push maybe 2nd or 3rd on the list for golden boot. Arsenal says he is Trossard 2.0. For me, Noble, it would be a success if we can defend the title and if we don't do too well in Europe. But I know Arsenal will make at least semis. Yes, 5 years. He's actually waiting for his citizenship. Gabriel Jesus has been in the Premier League for more than 5 years. So I'm surprised he's not gotten his citizenship by this time, because Arsenal alone, he's played, I think, 3 seasons at Arsenal. So that's 3 years. And for City, he stayed up to, I think, 3 or 4 years at Man City. Aham Whitey says, do you still remember me? Yes, I remember you, Aham. It's been a while. It's been a while. Nice to have you back, man. Tomorrow, I'm going to be live for long hours tomorrow, because we have watch-alongs. There are some games to be played tomorrow. We have Chelsea playing against Tottenham Hotspur. That's the first game. That game is 10:45 a.m. UK time, because that's like 5:45 p.m. my own time. Then after that game, we have Manchester City playing against Inter Milan. That's the second game. Then the third game is Man United against Atletico de Madrid. Then finally, Arsenal will be playing against Girona. I think that game will be 6 p.m. UK time, if my memory serves me right. Then Liverpool is going to be playing when? I think Liverpool will be playing the next day on Sunday. Triple X says, why Vinny? Who is this Triple X guy? Is it? Who is Triple X? I'm trying to see who this person is. And you are a moderator. Okay. Mariam, why did you change your name to Triple X? Why Vinny? You don't like Vinny? Arsenal 8517 says Bruno Guimaraes is not traveling with Newcastle. Bruno Guimaraes, that deal. Yeah, I think Arsenal. Yeah, that deal is definitely. But I'm yet to get any update from the big media houses in terms of like the likes of David Onstein and Fabrizio. There is no update from them as regards this Bruno Guimaraes deal. I think the only person that commented, that actually made a post today on Bruno Guimaraes was Ben Jacobs. I think. Let me check Ben Jacobs out. Let me see. I think it was Ben Jacob that made a comment about him. Let me see. Aham says how to watch them in Park, a website for free. I don't know a website that you can watch it for free in Pakistan. The website I use here, it works only in my region. It doesn't work outside of China. So I don't know the website that you can use to watch it in Pakistan. Yeah, FIFA Chief Operating Officer Kevin Lamore tells AP he feels deceived by Gianni Infantino. That man needs to be impeached if there is a way to get him out of that seat. He's gone rogue. I don't I don't understand what Gianni Infantino is doing, honestly. I really, really do not understand what he's doing. Mikhailo Modric. I'm trying to see this news on Bruno Guimaraes. I think that was in the morning, a couple of hours ago. That's what I'm trying to look out for. Yeah, Newcastle. I think Newcastle might struggle next season. Yes, they have gotten a new coach, and I saw the news that they're going to pay compensation to Al Hilal because the coach that Newcastle wants to sign is from Al Hilal, and Al Hilal is owned by the same Newcastle owner. But we also have news coming out today that Joelinton wants to leave. Joelinton wants to leave Newcastle. So lots of players have left. More players still want to leave. Yeah, okay. Adam, the news about Bruno Guimaraes, I think it was only Ben Jacobs that posted that about 9 hours ago, and he said Newcastle insists the plan for Bruno Guimaraes was always to have him train in La Manga from Monday. But those close to the player have told TalkSport the Brazilian asked to delay his trip as he closes in on a move to Arsenal. Daniel De Gamer says, isn't Bruno the same guy that missed that penalty against Norway? Yeah, of course, it's the same Bruno guy. For me, that day, I blame Vinicius Jr. for giving him the penalty because why will you give him the penalty? You are the penalty taker. After Vini, you definitely have players like Cunha. So Cunha was the person that was fouled. And Vini now took the ball to give to Bruno Guimaraes, who I don't like. That was just silly from Vinicius. Very silly. MM says, every time I watch the stream, you're wearing a different shirt. Who is your team exactly? I don't know how many times I'll say this, bro. My teams are One, Manchester United. Two, Real Madrid. These are the two clubs I support. These are the only two clubs I support in Europe. Right? These are the only two clubs I support in Europe. And my number one is Man United. Real Madrid is just a few years ago I started supporting Madrid. 2009. Right? That was when I started supporting Real Madrid. But Man United has been since 2001. So Man United is my first love in football. Madrid is the second. So these are the only two these are the only two teams I support. I've been asked this question many times and I've answered them over and over again. Arsenal 8517 says, don't worry, Fabrizio Adam have said, don't listen to Jacobs. Bruno Guimaraes to Arsenal, off we go. Now, I know that deal is definitely going to happen. The only thing with the deal is just time. When will it materialize? That's just it. But if it's about that deal going to happen, 100%. I don't know if this new coach is going to want to insist on keeping him. I don't really think so because Bruno Guimaraes is their captain. And he's actually made it known that he wants to leave. He has already agreed personal terms with Arsenal. Triple X says, Vini is good just with Brazil, not Madrid. Nah, he did very well with Real Madrid. He did very well with Real Madrid, just that he lost his form for... Last season, he wasn't decent. After the whole Ballon d'Or saga, he's not been the same. Arsenal 8517 says, Sunday. Adam, you are very, very much specific with, with that Sunday. Yeah, it seems you have an insider information, Adam. It seems you have an inside information. Hey. La 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 la. Pam, param, param. Triple X says, no, tomorrow is Wednesday. Mariam, what is going on? Why are you... Did someone hack your phone? Mariam, what is going on with your phone today? MM says, as a Madrista, I cannot accept any fan that makes Madrid a second choice. Respect, though. Nah, for me, Man United is first. It was Ronaldo that made me start supporting Madrid when he moved to Real Madrid in 2009. So that was when I started supporting Real Madrid. I've been watching Madrid before. Yeah, but I was not a fan. I've been a fan of Man United long before I joined the Madrid fan base. So for me, I'm number one, Man United. Madrid, number two. Arsenal 851 says, but you heard it here first. Vini will win the Ballon d'Or joining Arsenal. Just my take, because at Madrid, too many superstars. If Vini can go back to that Ballon d'Or season, Vini, if he can go back to that Vini, then England is going to be a problem. But sincerely, I don't want that boy in England. I don't want him. He should stay back at Real Madrid. I don't want him at Arsenal to come and... he's going to cause a lot of trouble for us next season, and I don't want that. Yeah, because if he comes to Arsenal, he will be the main man in that attack. Definitely. He will be the main man. He will be the center of attraction. Triple X says, what? Triple X, why did you change your name? And you seem so different today. Arsenal says, anyway, Chelsea banned 2 transfer window and 10 million. Sad they never had point deduction. Not fair. Everton had it. the FA gave them a point, they gave them 6 points deduction. Chelsea appealed that verdict, and the independent, well, I think they call them independent disciplinary board or whatever. They actually reviewed the whole situation and said the 6 point deduction that FA imposed on Chelsea was too harsh, because Chelsea were the people that self-reported the situation. So because they self-reported it, it's a very peculiar situation, and so that 6 point was too much. That was their reason. And for me, I think the timing is very wrong for this situation, because if you're giving Chelsea a 2 transfer window ban and you're saying it's effective immediately, why did you not reach the resolution in May or in June before the transfer window opened on the 15th of June? Because look at it, Chelsea has already signed 5 players and possibly registered 6 players, because they concluded the deal to sign Giovanni Quenda last year, and he's come to join them this summer. So Chelsea officially has done 6 businesses, or let's say they have registered 6 players. So why are you people coming out now to tell us that Chelsea has been banned for 2 transfer windows, this summer and the winter transfer window, when they have already concluded their business? Then it's just 1 transfer window that you guys actually ban them. This is the angle I'm looking at it from, right? Because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And if you look at the way Chelsea completed these deals in the last 10 days, it looks like Chelsea got a tip. They were actually tipped that the decision will be made by the end of July. So you guys should speed up your process to sign and register players. Look at the way they signed Morgan Rogers. Chelsea from nowhere, boom, signed Rogers. Before you know what was happening, they went for Maxence Lacroix. They completed the deal quickly. They went for double D to sign Jordan Henderson and Danny Welbeck. They signed these 2 players on the same day. We got Here We Go the same day. Just a couple of hours gap. So my opinion, the way looking at this thing from the outside, I'm like, nah, there's no way you guys are telling me that an insider did not give Chelsea information about this. It's not possible, because the way Chelsea moved, now I actually understand why Chelsea moved the way they did. MM says, LOL, Vinny is not going to Arsenal. Just start negotiating for Leao, big bro. Nah, Rafa Leao, that boy, he's very much likely to end up in Saudi Arabia, because I don't see any big team pushing to sign Rafael Leao, and there are teams in need of wingers, but no big club is actually pushing for Rafael Leao. I personally don't like his game, because he's very much similar to Marcus Rashford, and I don't like that type of winger that doesn't help his team off the ball, that is not serious-minded. You see him when he's supposed to be serious playing the game, you see him just be laughing around. You're supposed to be focused. Yeah, when the game ends, you can laugh and joke, but if you're on the pitch, you mean business and play the game. So for me, Rafael Leao, I don't see him going to a big club, honestly. Arsenal says, yes, buddy, but I think Vinny will leave. You're right, they should have banned earlier. Yeah, I thought the same as well. Yeah, 100%. It's just the way the Prem works. Sometimes is really annoying. Look at the Man City situation. It's been over 3 years, and up till now, no decision has been made. You look at Everton. Everton got points deducted. You look at Leicester City. They got points deducted. And it didn't take the FA time. The Man City case for 3 years now. No resolution. Nothing. I don't know. I don't know what the FA is doing. Honestly, it's really really sad. They should have given the verdict. Whatever independent body that is going through the whole case, they should give the verdict on time. This is gone too long. Picasso says, Noble, my brother. Picasso, the Uplander. Nice to have you back, man. Welcome back, Picasso. Bilal says, Gwari to Galatasaray. Who is Gwari? Who is Gwari? Bilal. Bilal says, where do you think Mahrez should go in his final season or two, Noble? I think Mahrez should just stay in Saudi Arabia and end in his game. Yeah, he should just stay there and retire, make more money, plan for retirement. That's it. He doesn't need to go elsewhere. Arsenal 8517 says, I feel Rashford is leaving to a London club. Nah, Rashford, the only London club that can sign Rashford is Arsenal. He's not going to Chelsea, right? And Arsenal already signed Christos Solis. I think Arsenal should sign Rashford because Rashford will offer more to Arsenal than Gabriel Martinelli. That's a fact, right? Even though I know Rashford's time at Man United is done. Because for me as a Man United fan, I've said this multiple times, I don't need him at the club anymore. You have fallen out of love with the club. And myself, I have fallen out of love with you as a Man United player. So that chapter should have ended almost 2 seasons ago. But it's been ongoing since then. So for me, Rashford's time at Man United is done. But from what we've known in the past couple of months, Michael Carrick likes him. He wants him to come back. And that's the main reason it's like this. And Barcelona refused to pay the 30 million euros. And look at them signing Adeyemi and Anthony Gordon. So it should be a lesson to Marcus Rashford. Coming back to Man United, he needs to sit up. Bilal says, where do you think Mahrez should go in his... Okay, I've read it. Nomad UCL says, at this rate, it feels like nuns working in churches will get banned and fined before Manchester City. Bro, that's the same thing I'm saying. Do we need to wait 5 more years before they ban Man City? And Man City needs to be like their own punishment. You need to do that. I think the FA needs to do press up. They need to do push up. The FA needs to do some push up before they give Man City their punishment, because we've been waiting for too long, man. We've been waiting for too long. Says Chelsea are not getting heavy punishment because they self-reported. But when City gets their punishment, it will be heavy because they got caught and are still moving shady. Bro, I understand that, but the way I see it, from my own perspective, it doesn't make a difference, right? Because another club can do it tomorrow and go and self-report. But the simple thing there is this. The question is this: did you break the law? Did you go against the law? Okay, let me not use this, but I'll try to use this analogy, right? It's the same thing as going into a store to steal. And after stealing from the store, you will now go to report to the police and tell the police that, yo, officer, I just raided the store now and I'm coming to self-report myself. How does that sound? For me, that's how I see it. So you have gone against the rule. It's very, very simple. You should be punished according to the rule book. What does the rule book say when a team does this? So there should not be any concession to say, oh, because they self-reported themselves, we are going to we are going to reduce their punishment. Now, I don't subscribe to that. Even if it's my club, Man United or Real Madrid. Madrid is in Spain, right? So let's talk about Man United in England. Even if it's Man United that does it, what does the rule book say? Punish them according to the rule book. It's very simple. So this whole self-reported it, I don't like that term they are using there. They are using that term a lot to deflect the punishment they are supposed to give them. Chelsea is supposed to get this. Even the 6-point deduction was too small, because if you look at it, they had 74 breaches, not one. Oh, this spanned through the Roman Abramovich era. It was not one breach, 74. 74 breaches when it comes to third-party agents, blah, blah, registration and all that. It's not one, it's not two, 74. And because they self-reported it, the new owners came and self-reported it. Then you will now tell me, because you self-reported it, I'm going to reduce your sentence. Nah, for me, I don't buy that logic. I don't buy that logic. And the way this whole thing is going, I don't like it. Like I said, this punishment should have come earlier. The punishment should have come earlier. Since they want it to be implemented immediately, then the punishment should have come in May or in June, before the transfer window opened. Transfer window officially opened on the 15th of June, if I'm not mistaken. They should have given this verdict before the June 15th. The June 15th. So it's crazy. Bilal says, was Chelsea punished for something? Yes, Bilal, they were punished during Abramovich era. The what's it called? The shady stuff they did during Abramovich era. Abdullah Sagir, nice to have you back, my Turkish bro. Welcome back. When is the Turkish league starting? Abdullah Sagir. Bilal says, Guerin Marcel, Algerian striker. I've not seen him, man. I've not heard about him before. Let's say says Chelsea are not getting heavy punishment because they self-reported, but when City gets their punishment, okay, I've read that already. Arsenal says, I want Rashford, honestly. I think he's good, have goals in him, but watch and see where he goes. Scottish League started. Yeah, I was checking live score and I saw that, is it Rangers? What is this team? Rangers are playing Dundee. Okay, their game has already started even. Rangers is playing Dundee United. Dundee United are actually at home. Okay, Dundee United are leading 1-0 at the moment. I think Barcelona is playing against, is it Birmingham City? Barcelona is playing against Birmingham City, I think. Yeah, for me, tomorrow I have a lot of games that are going on tomorrow. Okay, Real Madrid has a game against Fiorentina on the 2nd. Oof, boy. Tomorrow is going to be very, very hectic for me. It's going to be very, very hectic because I just looked at it now that Madrid has a game tomorrow. Ah, man, it's going to be a very long day for me tomorrow. Very long day. Real Dandy says, I wasn't aware that Rooney and Bellingham played against each other. Rooney and Bellingham? Rooney and Bellingham. If Rooney Bellingham, maybe that was when Jude Bellingham was still playing for Birmingham City. I think maybe if they played together, if they played against each other, that must have been the time, because I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I know Jude started playing very young. I think Jude started at 16 or 17. Birmingham City. But I really can't remember if both players played against each other. Says, if I confess for murder, I get a small sentence. But if the police catch me and I deny, I get a heavy sentence. Well, I'm not sure. I'm not a lawyer. So I don't know what the law states when it comes to that. But the way I look at it from my perspective, I think a crime is a crime, right? It's yes, I know. For example, there is first degree, second degree, and I don't know if there's third degree murder, right? But I know there is first degree and second degree murder. The whole intent to keep blah blah and all those things. But I just think the way the FA or the body, the independent body that actually reviewed the situation or the case, they didn't go about it the right way, honestly. Picasso says it was in the old ownership. That's how Chelsea got self-reporting concession. Yeah, I know it was the old ownership of Roman Abramovich, but it's still the football club. But anyways, we just can say our mind and what we feel about the situation. For me, I think the FA or the independent body that reviewed the case did not do it well. Right? Okay, let's say you guys took the 6-point deduction off. How about the timing? The timing for me is not right. Yeah, the time when Chelsea had already finished doing their business. So long Chelsea is concerned, the only thing that they will feel, which is not a big money for Chelsea Football Club, is £10 million, which the FA is saying the £10 million will be invested in grassroots football. Kudos, that's going to help grassroots football, right? But Chelsea as a football club, many teams don't sign players in January. Chelsea did not sign a player. I don't think Chelsea signed a player in the last January transfer window. So for them not to sign a player in a January transfer window, it's still going to be like business as usual for them. Bilal says, oh yeah, I heard about it a while ago. I thought it was just some rumors. Now it's not rumors, bro. It's real. Arsenal says, for me, I think the FA is helping Chelsea, especially you can see how fast they concluded their business, and during the Blue Coat takeover, how the British government were helping them. Yeah, the whole speedy deals and registration and all that. That was why I said Chelsea had an insider in the FA and also in that disciplinary committee or body that told them that, yo, you guys should be quick with your deals. We are going to fine you guys and ban you guys on the 31st of July 2026. So you guys should be quick with your dealings. That's how some people might say this is just a conspiracy theory, but I always like to think outside of the box, not going with the majority train of thought. I like to think separately from just what the random person would think. So that's why for me, looking at this, I know definitely something is up. Something is definitely up. The same with the City case. The same with the City case. And I said this when Pep Guardiola left Man City. I said Pep must have gotten an inside information that City is going to get penalized in the coming months, and he decided to bounce. Triple X says, hi Bilal. Mariam, welcome back. Boy, you seem a bit off, unlike yourself today. Hope you're good, Mariam. Picasso says they could have kept quiet. They deserve a small concession. It promotes honesty. Derby vs Birmingham. Yeah, Picasso, that Rooney Bellingham situation, that was what I was thinking through. The only possible time I think both players must have played against each other was when, what's his name? When Jude was playing for Birmingham City and Rooney after he left. I think he left Man United to Everton. From Everton to Derby, was it Derby County? Yeah. So I think that must have been when they played against each other. Says the ban is suspended so Chelsea can still sign players. The ban is suspended. Nah, I don't think the ban is suspended. If the ban is suspended, then what then is the need for the ban? I really don't think that ban is suspended. I don't think the ban is suspended because let me look for the statement. I'm coming. Let me check for the FA statement. Because from what I saw, let me check. No, okay. FA statement on Chelsea. Nah, why is it? Okay. Let me look at it again. Oh, okay. Looking at it now. Financial statement with the FA and being handed a suspended 2-window registration ban for breaches of the Football Association football agent regulations on working with intermediaries and third-party investment. The FA charged Chelsea with 74 breaches of FA Rule E1.2 after Clearlake and Bowley self-reported misconduct for historical breaches under Roman Abramovich. Chelsea admitted to the 74 breaches, and an independent regulatory commission initially imposed a 6-point deduction, which was to be suspended until June 30, 2027. The club appealed against the suspended points deduction. In its place, the appeal board imposed a registration ban for 2 complete and consecutive transfer windows, which is suspended until 30 June 2027. Is saying it's suspended so it only works if Chelsea commits a crime again. I don't think that is the case. Suspended. It only works if Chelsea commits a crime again on transfers. I honestly, I don't think that is the case. Let me see. I don't. Anas Majubi, nice to have you back, man. Welcome back, Anas Majubi. Picasso says he went Derby after DC. Okay, after DC. Okay. After DC. Yeah, Rooney has he has played in he played for Derby, Everton, DC United. Yeah, I think 3 clubs after Man United. 1, 2, 3. And I think he retired at Derby County, yeah. Arsenal says Dundee vs Rangers today. That Newcastle new coach is good. The Newcastle new coach is which country is that guy from? He was the former coach of Al Hilal. Well, I've not really watched his game, so I don't know much about him, but let's see what he's got in store. Okay, from Germany. All right. Let's see what he's got in store. Adam Majubi says, yo, man. Adam Majubi and Anas Majubi. Are you guys siblings? MM says it's basically a probation period. Okay. Yeah, because reading back that suspended ban. Okay, probation period. All right. Well, I don't know. Well, I think the Everton situation was a PSR one. Yeah, I think the Everton situation was a PSR and is it FFP and PSR situation. But this Chelsea one is different, not a bit. It's different from the Everton situation. Picasso says Chelsea basically only got 10 million fine. Yeah, I think that's the only thing that Chelsea can feel now, that which for me the 10 million is still a small money for a big club. If it's for small clubs, then it will be a problem. But for a club as big as Chelsea now, 10 million pounds is very small. MM says it's suspended. Okay, I've read that. Arsenal 851 says the club successfully appealed an initial suspended 6-point deduction, replacing it with the transfer ban, which is suspended until June 2027. Okay. Picasso says, yeah, that is the case. A suspended sentence means it only comes in after another crime is committed. All right. Thank you guys for that clarification. Arsenal says, read this. So next summer they will serve their ban. Okay. Back-to-back AFC Champions League and Austria Red Bull Salzburg back-to-back winner. Okay, Red Bull Salzburg. And the guy he's still a very young coach. I saw his picture. He's still a very, very young coach. Honestly, before Eddie Howe was sacked or before he left, I was saying that Newcastle are very, very much likely to struggle next season, because if you look at the number of players that have left the club, yeah, if you look at the number of players that have left the club, Anthony Gordon has left for 85 or 80 million euros. We had Sandro Tonali leave for 100 million pounds, 90 plus 10. Then Bruno Guimaraes, their captain, has agreed personal terms with Arsenal. We have Joelinton in the last days coming out to say he wants to leave to Saudi Arabia. Abdullah Sagir says, hi bro, me. Abdullah, when is the Turkish league starting? Adam Majubi says, yes, we are siblings. All right, Adam Majubi, nice to have you on the channel, bro. Welcome. Okay, Anas Majubi says yes. Okay. Arsenal 851 says, no, they will serve their ban next summer 2027. Understand the context, guys. All right. The club successfully appealed. Okay, I've read that already. Abdullah Sagir says, bro, please say my name. I already said your name, bro. I already said your name, Abdullah Sagir. Arsenal 8517 says 38. Gordon is bang average. Bruno Guimaraes classy. Tonali was banned for a year. Anyways, Isak was good. For me, the Sandro Tonali deal, I did not want Man United to sign him because of the whole scandal, the whole betting stuff. You don't know if you sign him, if he's going to be involved in another betting scandal. So for me, I didn't want him. And also his quality, I think the only thing about Sandro Tonali is the fact that he can shoot from outside the box. From long distance, he can shoot the ball. But if it comes to doing those dirty jobs or dominating the midfield, is not really that type of midfielder. So for me, I didn't want him. I prefer to go for Elliot Anderson than Sandro Tonali. If you look at his numbers, the stats, you'll be surprised. His numbers are, I think one thing about Tonali is that if you look at eye test, he's Mel looking at him, you say, oh, this guy's a fantastic player. But if you look at his stats, his stats doesn't back his game. Serious Fanbat says, hello, will Carrick last till Christmas? Don't worry, Carrick is going to surprise you guys next season. The only problem I think Michael Carrick will have next season is Mikel Arteta. And hopefully, if Arsenal can struggle, then it will be to our favor. But it's only Mikel Arteta that can actually trouble Michael Carrick next season. Arsenal 8517 says, Italy never qualified for what now? 3 World Cups. So Tonali is bang average. Honestly, I did not rate him. That was why when he was coming, when I saw the links, I'm like, nah, I don't need him. Honestly, I don't. And he's gone to Tottenham. That's where he deserves to be, by the way, because I know Spurs are definitely, they pushed him, they made him sign because of the money. That was it. MM says, if United don't sign a proper 6, trust they will end the season playing Bruno, Tielemans, and Ugarte. Ugarte is injured currently. It's very much likely to be Bruno, Tielemans, and Kobe Mino. But for me, Man United need to sign 4 more players. 4. We need 1 more defensive midfielder. We need a very, very solid defensive midfielder, a destroyer. 1, either Chomeni or Manukone. Then we need a left back. Very, very, very important. And Lewis Hall, according to reports we got today, Man United are linked to him. Then Man United need 1 centre back. Maguire, De Ligt, and Lisandro Martinez are always injured. So we need an ever-present quality centre back. Then finally, 1 more attacker. Be it a winger or a second striker, but I would want a second striker that would compete with Benjamin Sesko up front. Arsenal 8517 says, I want Arsenal to go in for Bastoni. Yeah, I think Barcelona has already pulled out of that deal because it's too expensive. So I think Arsenal can get him cheaper now because the news around Bastoni has died off in the last couple of months. Vabik says, Noble, thoughts on Mudryk coming back from the ban? Yeah, it's really nice to see him because the kid has gone through a lot. He's gone through a lot. I think he's been out for about 2 years. And I think that ban, I don't know if it was supposed to last for 4 or 3 years. So I don't know if he was caught short or he was wrongly accused or it was later found out that he didn't dope or what. I don't really know exactly. We've not gotten more information on that. Yeah, it was 4 years, yes, Verbeek. And he's just served 2 years. So I don't know if it's the same situation as Paul Pogba, that his sentence was now reduced from 4 to 2. Or they found out that he did not dope. So I don't know the situation right now, which one it is. Whether the sentence was cut short or they found out that he was wrongly accused of doping. I don't know which one it is. Serious Fanbat says, and the Carroll to Man United, possibly to Liverpool. Arsenal says, Noble, brace yourself. I can see United struggling. Don't get me wrong. Carrick had 1 game per week. United squad is thin. Bumo playing like he's tired as F. I am worried about Brian Mbumo. Yeah, I am really, really worried about Brian Mbumo because he's not been playing well since the end of last season. And I've been saying this. That game Man United played in the preseason, I think that was it the Wrexham game? Either the Wrexham game or... No, I think it was the game Man United won 5-0 against Rosenborg. I said, Brian Mbumo, you just have to be careful because I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't like it. And for me, before I would say Man United can push for the league title to challenge Arsenal next season, is when I see Man United sign 3 more players, get me one midfielder, a very solid defensive midfielder, another striker, one more defender, and a left back, because Luke Shaw, you cannot be pushing for the league and Luke Shaw is your starting left back. It doesn't work that way. Shaw can't cross the ball again. He cannot run. So if Man United can't get me 3 or 4 players, then I don't see them doing anything next season. Honestly, I just don't see them doing anything. Yeah, United is pushing to sign Lewis Hall, but it's not going to be for cheap because Newcastle don't need to sell. They have already made over 200 million pounds from sales. They sold Gordon for, okay, not up to 200. They sold Gordon for 80 million euros, right? They sold Sandro Tonali for 100 million pounds. And Bruno Guimaraes to go for around 85, 90 million pounds. So if you look at it, that is almost 300 million pounds. Let's say around 260 or 270 million pounds is what they've made from sales, player sales. So they are not really going to be under pressure to balance their book to sell players. So Lewis Hall, Man United should have done that a long time, but they are always slow, very, very slow. Triple X says, will Haaland continue in Man City? Of course he will. Sarah Donny says hello, but yet nothing to Manchester City. Man City has a very good squad, Sarah. And you guys already signed Elliot Anderson. Very much close to agreeing a deal to sign Ayub Boadi from Lille, the Moroccan wonder kid. So, you guys, your attack, I think Savinho is leaving, very much likely to join Spurs. There is no link for City with any attacker at the moment. Bernardo Silva has left. Mamouche is still there. Erling Haaland is there. Jeremy Doku is there. Who else? Ryan Check is also there. Fact with Chris Shank says, bro, can you please share information about the controversy between Fabrizio Romano and Florian Plettenberg? Okay, I think you were the guy that was saying the same thing on my comment section. Now, the reason I didn't make a video about that Florian Plettenberg and Fabrizio situation is because I didn't have the time that period. Sometimes because of my own business, there are some news that I might not pick up while it's hot. Maybe when I get back, there might be other maybe bigger news that will come up. So, and also at the same time, I try to go live as well. So sometimes I miss out on making certain videos on some topics. The ones I meet up when it's still hot, I make a video and also give my opinion. So, like I told you, I don't know if you were the person that made the same comment on one of my videos. Like I said, I will have to say something about that when that deal works out or fails to work out. That's when I'll give my thoughts fully. But for me, let me just say this briefly. Fabrizio is the best in the game. Whether you like his style or not, he's the GOAT in the game. Yes, David Ornstein is more like a sniper. That's David Ornstein for you. But Fabrizio has he has a wider reach. Yeah, Fabrizio has a wider reach. David Ornstein mainly is just England. And Fabrizio gets exclusive news in England. He gets in Spain. He gets in Italy. He gets in Germany, Turkey, everywhere. He's an all-rounder. But David Ornstein is more like I said, is more like a sniper. He just goes, pew. That's just him. And I think what some people recently don't like about Fabrizio is the fact that, like, he posts, like, many call him content creator. In terms of the engagement and all that, he posts back to back to back, right? So for me, those two guys are they. I think Fabrizio and David Onsen are at the same level. That's how I see them. They are both on the same level. Every other every other journalist is actually below these guys. Yeah, so you just can't. You might not like Fabrizio's style. Yeah, you might not like his style, but Fabrizio for me, nah, he's still the top. Yeah, David Onsen doesn't like to do all those talks that those. It's just like a community talk. He doesn't do all those. He just goes straight to the point. Boom, interest, or maybe a club beats these, those sort of, that's how we go. But Fabrizio, sometimes for the engagement, he goes around, he comes in and tags what he posted a couple of days ago, puts is it an eye emoji and all that. So for me, it's just about style. David Onstein's style is different from Fabrizio's. So that's just what I see. But my opinion, both Fabrizio and David Onsen are on the same level. Then the likes of Ben Jacobs, Florian Plattenberg, and co are below them in terms of, if you're looking at A-list sports journalists. Triple X says Mamouche will leave Man City, I think. I don't think Omar Mamouche is going to leave. Pep has left, so Mamouche definitely will believe under Enzo Maresca he will have more playing time. Arsenal 8517 says, for Romano is what we read in Sky Sports. For me, Romano recycles his news. It's boring. For me, I believe David Onstein. But Romano is a good guy. Sorry, brother Romano, just being honest. Now, Romano, for me, like I said, what I feel many people don't like about Romano is his style. The whole steady, what's it called? Steady news. Maybe a news is posted before, he goes to tag it, and like he just wants to let you know, yo guys, I'm still at the top of my game. And it doesn't sit well with a lot of other journalists. And looking at the way Florian Plattenberg came out, but for me, honestly, Florian Plattenberg just did not need to do that. For example, that's why I like David Onstein. David Onstein just does his thing. He does his thing. He doesn't really he doesn't really care about it. He's just like in a world of his own. Yeah, and I noticed something about Florian Plattenberg. He doesn't tag Fabrizio Romano. He doesn't. But David Onstein tags Fabrizio, right? If it's an exclusive news from Fabrizio Romano, David Onstein tags him. And Fabrizio Romano does the same thing. If it's an exclusive news from David Onstein, Fabrizio will tag as reported by at David Onstein or The Athletic. He does that. But Florian Plattenberg, I think there's an ongoing beef that has been there for long. It just exploded now. Fact with Chris Shank says, bro, who do you think will win UCL? Man City or Madrid, Barcelona or Bayern? At this point, it's still very much early. It's still very much early to know who will win it. Until the season starts, then we see what the clubs, the teams are like, because the Champions League, I think, starts in September. So let the season start. For now, I don't want to give any prediction for the Champions League. Then, for me, my Premier League prediction will come a week before the league starts. Arsenal 8517 says, but in this channel, you have Adam Romano, not here we go, off we go. Bruno Guimaraes to Arsenal Sunday, yeah. Okay, Adam Romano. Well, I'm waiting for your Sunday, because you were very, very very exact with the day. on Sunday. So I am really looking forward to it. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much. I have to call it a day. It's been really nice talking with you guys. Anytime I just sit on my chair and talk football with you guys, it's always nice, and it feels like now I should just continue. But yeah, I need to rest because tomorrow is going to be a very long day. I'm going to be streaming for like 6 or 7 hours straight tomorrow. Possibly 6 or 8 hours straight tomorrow. So I need to get enough rest. Yeah, because Man City, like I said, they are playing 10:45 a.m. tomorrow against sorry, no, Chelsea is playing 10:45 a.m. UK time tomorrow against Tottenham. Man City is playing Inter Milan next after that game. Man United is playing against Atletico after the Man City game. Then we have Real Madrid playing against Fiorentina and Arsenal playing against Girona. So it's going to be a very, very long day for the watch along we'll be doing tomorrow. So guys, I hope you all enjoy the rest of your night, and take care, guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Adam says, okay, brother, take care. Night, night. Beat accepted. 90 million euros. Off we go. All right, Adam, no problems, man. I'm looking forward to Sunday, bro. I am I'm looking forward to Sunday. Take care, guys. Peace out.